Yeah. Bro, he's done, bro. Like yeah. I'm going to Ohio State, bro. So thank you. I can't do none of that until I get his stuff. Nah, what you say? What happened? What you see that I don't?
This will be the largest group of assembled fans in the Western Hemisphere. That's why they need a big house. Welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. Today, a Big Ten clash, and you know when you square off against a conference opponent, the blood boils a little hotter. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Oregon Ducks, taking on a team recharged after a much-needed bye week, the Michigan Wolverines. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Wolverines will kick it away first. Coming out with it, it's Peppers. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. On first down, here comes this offense. They'll give it to the back. Runs through a tackle. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. No matter what uniform the Ducks are rocking, they are dressed for success on the ground.
Yeah, and that's who they are, right? They're dressed for success. They run the football, and then after that, what do? They run it some more, and they run it fast. Every Oregon team always been built on that tempo and ground game.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. They'll ride the hot hand.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the run, it's James. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Sticky. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
Fires to the wideout. And that pass picked off. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
First down for this offense. They'll try the run. He's dropped behind the line. That'll be a loss of 3. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on first down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create...
And it's intercepted. He tried to set up the screen, and the defense was right there. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Oregon.
Number 25.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game.
That makes the score Oregon.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
At the 35, he's loose. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Motion from the offense. They've been running it, but now the pass. Throws to the back. Makes the grab. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Pulled down after a pickup of 5. A statement run in the red zone to the 13.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Makes his connection. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up first and goal.
You know, as a defensive guy, you use the sideline as your 12th man. You push the receiver out that direction. Look at the wide receiver. Still doing a great job of getting small and getting that foot in bounds, making the play, and catching the ball.
And the Wolverines have it with a first and goal. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. Getting set for the point after. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Looking for a productive play on first down. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Caught behind the line. It's Harris. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score tied at 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Belling. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains, they mark it at the 29.
And if you had any questions about this quarterback's arm talent, now you've got your answer. Wow.
And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
first down physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just...
And he's running in the open. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19.
This guy is really unique. Top 5 in the country running the football right now, and I love the way this offense gets him involved. They're able to move him around a little bit. They change up the schemes, but the big key every week, get him the ball, let him go to work.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Here's the give off the left side. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. It's complete. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in 3rd and short because the whole playbook is open, and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there. Nice success. Great job by the quarterback getting rid of the football, getting the first down, now set up 1st and goal.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. It's complete to the left. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown Ducks! You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
That's just so frustrating. Play after play after play, you line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown? Oh, Methuselah.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
2 of the most historic programs in college football, Notre Dame and USC. Let's recap who's taking home the Jules Shillelagh. USC went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters in that 4th quarter. Total destruction by the Trojans in a statement win if there ever was one. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
A really good play by this defense, seeing it, attacking it, going and getting it. Obviously, they're running the RPO. They weren't fooled. They played the run, came up, made a nice tackle, got the running back on the ground.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Dropping back, it's Svoboda. Makes the grab on the left. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give him a 1st down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. Did a nice job on it.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Looking to scramble. He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. On second down, he'll fire. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he's playing with fire, and he's picked off. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Leaves it with the back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
The play action fake. Gonna take a shot at this DB. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. Never a doubt. And now the lead is extended a little further. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, right?
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll throw it on 1st down. Going downfield for the big play. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going moving to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority one. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Ducks will kick it away to crank up the second half. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going. And the ball is loose and live in the backfield. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
And as a defense, you just want to steal some possessions, create some turnovers. You force the fumble, but man, what a break for the offense to fall back on it. Those are moments that you just get a little bit frustrated because it's the luck of a bounce.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to pass, it's Svoboda. He lobs one high down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot, but they're not able to come away with the completion.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Now, a 4th down.
A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down. He now has 85 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. From the 22 on 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. They'll run the toss. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You want to bring in your tight ends? You want to bring in more beef for that offensive line? I'm going to bring in more beef. Nice job by the defense understanding the situation. Red zone, field shrinks. I need more bigger personnel on the field, some big guys that can stop the run. Played the run well. Great job by the defense understanding the situation.
Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. Trying to get to it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
That's good. And that will extend their lead even further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Iowa is down right now inside Kinnick Stadium, but this young man under center has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in Iowa City today. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Appalachian State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays thrown.
Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. Making great decisions. That's what all of the legendary Michigan quarterbacks have done. John Navarre, Elvis Gerbach, and the guy can't remember drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots.
Yeah, that guy, what was his name? Tom Brady? Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, he was pretty good too. But when you think about Michigan, you don't always think about the...
Hit the afterburners, kid. He's at the 10. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
Lining up to add another. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a scintillating 52-yard jaunt to the house. He'll bring it out. It's Peppers. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been...
The 16.
Take the touchback. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
At some point, enough is enough. This is the guy that's beating me. He's priority number 1. We got to go get him. It's getting later in the second half. I got to go out and make some plays and get my offense the ball back.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
The Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This is a game of swings and momentum and a great opportunity here. He's running free down the middle. Past the 20. Touchdown, Michigan. They take the lead with the 6.
And the defense lets the big tight end get behind him, and you could see it. When he saw his tight end streaking down the field, he knew he had to throw it up in the air, let him go make a play. He does it. Big play for this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on the heels.
He's up to 94 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. On the move. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
No gain on the play. Third down coming.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Stewart. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
And the offense with no intention to draw the defense off sides. They want to run on 4th down. Now the toss. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another play off here in the 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. Michigan 24, Oregon 20.
And the Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground. He's got it again. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Well, no surprise. I mean, with the way they're running the ball early in this game, they're just going to keep doing it. And they're just not hammering out 2, 3, 4-yard gains. They're gashing this defense. You saw it right there.
The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop him.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. They'll go to the ground. Breaks the tackle. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carry.
Great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Keeps it and gets the first down. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.
Man, that dude just hits the gas and just goes. How nice is it as an offensive coordinator to have a quarterback that you can run just like a tailback? And you got a tailback in the back.
Touchdown, Oregon! They move on top here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
He's got it, and the lead is up to a field goal. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Quarterback checking the play. To throw, it's Svoboda. Unloads it downfield. A full dive to haul that one in. Just when you thought that ball was out of reach, nothing appeared to be out of his reach there.
Yeah, he says just throw it up and I'll go get it. To track the ball all the way down the field and dive and lay out with that body control, that is a special catch.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. From the gun, give on the inside. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
And man, I tell you what, I just love his instincts. You can tell when the ball's being passed, he sees it and he breaks on the football. That's why he's in the top 10 in interceptions this season. Just such a great feel in the passing game, and you got to be careful when you attack him.
They'll try to pick up a few here on 3rd down, but from here it would be a 60-yard attempt. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw. He makes the catch. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Love to see the fearlessness of a quarterback to work the middle of the field.
And he's got so much confidence in his own arm talent to be able to get that football there before the defense can break it up.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, you toss the ball to the running back to get him away from all the big boys, right? Like, stay away from the beef. Those guys get you on the ground with one meat hook, do a good job tossing the ball in the perimeter, but goodness gracious, has to break one tackle, just fighting as hard as he can to try to get positive yards, but too many guys coming after him too quickly.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Svoboda. Lets it go to the end zone. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night.
When you're down late in the game, you got to make plays. It's really tough not to force the football. You could tell quarterback forces the football. Defense comes up with a huge interception.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And they come out with a field goal lead. Defense just got to stop now to capitalize, David.
Yeah, keep the momentum going, right? Defense did a great job. They held serve, got you the football back, Jesse. Let's go get some points.
I'm curious to see how they're going to do this. Are they going to be aggressive after the defense got the stop and take a shot, or are they going to try to be more conservative here and bleed the clock?
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Give to the running back. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Clock is stopped. Timeout used by the defense. 14 seconds left.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you got to use your timeout. You got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
This quarterback part of their running game. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. The Ducks with the 1st and 10. A designed run for the quarterback. And that is how we will wrap this one up. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.